in this case, if this was Seco, that wouldn't be an issue because you're folding it to begin with, right? Then you either book, this is called booking, or you do what's called intubado, where you actually create little tubes. You put that in the middle. Once you create your bunch, that's when you break the fillers. Well, Cuba uses mostly intubado. We use a mixture of the two depending on the tobacco. Okay, so we buy tobacco dry as possible because water is heavy and weight is money, right? So we buy tobacco dry as possible without being damaged. The filler, obviously the ambient humidity rehumidifies the tobacco. Generally, you'll see wrapper comes in a box, filler will come in a pack. There's two reasons for one. One is wrapper is probably 3 to 4 times more expensive than filler, and when you have a box, it prevents it from getting damaged. But the other reason why is because there's a thing called a third fermentation, where you see these packs of tobacco. If they're a little bit humid and they have the weight on them, the tobacco on the bottom is still fermenting. That's why if you have fillers that are really old, they've still gone through this really slow, long fermentation. Wrapper, you don't want to change after you've selected it because it's exactly what you want. You don't want it to get darker. You don't want it to get change. So that's why you would keep it in a box. Before you make cigars, though, you have to dry the tobacco. So this is ambient humidity filler. This filler is being separated and sorted for grade and size, and it will go into this room here on these drying racks. That room's pretty pungent because the drying process actually creates the off-gassing. The wrapper is humidified so that the vein can be moved and removed, and so it's elastic enough to work with at the table. This tobacco we're working with today is tobacco we'll be using tomorrow. So we only work with kind of one day at a time to make sure it's still moist without having to re-wet it at the table, and to make sure that the filler is as dry as it needs to be. That wetting process happens here in the mojadero. Different types of wrappers are humidified in different ways. Really heavy tobaccos are actually submerged in water, and the water is shaken off, and then it's put into a plastic bag overnight. Really light wrappers like this, the stalk is actually put into a tub of water, and then the water kind of is drawn into the tobacco ambiently. And then the tobaccos in the middle, like Ecuador Habano, you'll actually spray them and shake them off.
Very good.
So those processes end up in
Los parilleros.
Not bad.
It's very pungent.
Yeah.